can talk now.
Okay. So this is 5 minutes. I'll tell you when the 5 minutes is up, and then I'll go over and shut the burners off and open the lid pretty much immediately. So this test, we're just talking simple form. This test, or maybe calling it a test is the best thing to call it.
This heat map, this toast test.
What we're doing right now is to use toast to create a heat map for this grill. And it's not something that's used for a technical purpose, such as for certifying the unit or looking at the best performance of a unit, let's say. But it's a good idea because grills they're predominantly used outdoors, and in all kinds of climates, weather patterns, and it's often uncontrollable, always uncontrollable circumstances, which can change and can actually alter your cooking process. And depending on the food you're doing, it could be more relevant, more crucial, or it could be less relevant, a little less crucial. So they don't make any kind of a big issue out of this kind of thing that we do. It's more of a fun thing with your grill. And what we're going to do today is we're going to use a Keystone series from our Jackson grill line, and we're going to create a heat map by doing this with the toast. We're running this for 5 minutes. Burners are all on high. And when we're done, we're going to shut the grill off, and we're going to reveal what the bread looks like on the toasted side, obviously. And what you're looking for is where the heat's wanting to travel during that 5 minutes, so that when you're cooking various things, whether it's steak or vegetables or fish or other things that you like to do, it's going to show you kind of where the hotter areas are happening on the grill, because that will change during the grilling period. But it gives a good map to start with. And you may want to try this at your own personal grill at home, because it is kind of fun. And just because you may not get the same results as you see here, doesn't mean that your grill is bad. It just means now you're going to understand your grill a little bit better than maybe you did the last time you grilled on it. So that's basically, in essence, what we're doing here today. And you're going to see with our grill is along the front of the area where it's toasting, is you're going to see after 5 minutes, there's still very, very little signs of toasting at that very front area. Now that is, you'll probably see that with your own grill as well. That is more of a situation where testing does get involved, because when you're doing a test on a grill, you have to take all the surface temperatures into consideration, and the console is a big one. So you want your knobs to be intact, you want your grill, your console to be intact, and you want to be able to touch those surfaces without worrying about getting a burn. So in that regard, it is important. So when you see that on there, that's a good sign for you. If you see it's really toasty and burnt at the front, that may be the reason why with your grill you're getting some hot touches once in a while. But if a grill is engineered well, you're going to notice that that area is going to be quite insignificant as far as coloration goes. You're going to see darker patterns in certain areas, because that's as the air is traveling through the grill and out the back exhausting. So typically with a grill, it comes in through the front and it goes up through the grill surface and then exit out the back section of the grill at the top of the lid. And as it's moving in that process, the air moves around because the heat's in there, there's varying wind, and so that'll transfer. Sometimes the hot air will be more on the left, sometimes it'll be on the right. But in essence, like I said, the map is still going to be fairly consistent with where most of the heat is collecting at most of the time. And that's a lot of words, Justin, but that's sort of, I think, encapsulates the whole process of this. It's not really a serious test. It's not really one that you make light of, but it does, again, remembering this is a heat map for any specific grill out there in the market today. Dan, we're at 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so we're coming up close. We'll focus on that, and then I'll come back to you for some feedback on what you heard and what you think might be questioned. Ooh, shit. Did I get in the picture?
It's okay. I'll fast forward just so.
Okay, we're at 5 minutes. open the lid.
2, 1.
Finished.
Do you want to do a talk over, Steve, now, just to show him?
Yeah.
Just visually
Yeah.
talk about this.
Yeah.
You don't have to put your hands in there, but you can just
You
tell
prefer
me.
I don't?
Yeah,
Okay.
just tell me stuff about it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Anytime.
Okay, so the last sort of rambling I did, now the results you're looking at is, and I think Jason was quite impressed, is to see that front edge is still light colored, which means the console is doing what it should. We've done adequate shielding in there. Again, we're not going to go into great depths with that, but just so you understand, Justin, is, you know, this barbecue is performing the way it should in a test. So same cooler on the white line there. As you move into the grill, you can see some hot spots, but what's really neat about this is after 5 minutes of being cold, running it on high and turning it off in 5 minutes. So you can just see how quickly you can get up to searing temperatures with a Jackson grill. You're going to find a lot of other product out there. You know, you're probably going to see that if you look at sort of the lighter lined toast in there, you're going to see that is going to be what most will sell at 5 minutes, and then within the next 10 to 15 minutes, they'll color up a lot more like you see here, which happens for us in 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes, Justin?
Okay, you can open it and go ahead and close it. Yeah, and then open it. Okay.